Hello everybody, Mr.FrightNight here, and I'm going to tell you the true story of Bloody Mary. When I was younger, my sister and I kept hearing about stories of Bloody Mary, whose real name was Mary Worth. We all knew the story about looking in the mirror and saying her name 3 times. And supposedly after saying that, a red dot would appear on your forehead. But the truth is, as you say her name 3 times, she would appear in the mirror and gouge your eyes out. And sometimes she would appear holding a dead baby. She was known to the townspeople as a witch slave in the 1860s. She would lure the slaves to her home. They thought she was helping them, but in reality, she sold them back to the people of the South. Originally, she was born in England. Nobody really knows when she was born. And she also started selling herbal remedies to the townspeople. Locals were very wary and didn't want to get too close, fearful that she'd curse them. And the ones who used her remedy were shunned by the very religious for partaking in Wicca. She was known for taking small girls, and the people in the village looked everywhere for them. One by one, little girls were disappearing. There were a few brave people that decided to go to Bloody Mary's house. They asked the witch if she'd seen the little girls. She said, "No, I haven't seen them." But the family started to get suspicious. Every time the townspeople seen Bloody Mary, she was looking a lot younger. There's one story about the miller's daughter. One night, the girl heard a mysterious noise that only she could hear. So the miller girl started walking towards the woods where Mary's home was. The girl's parents, seeing her walking away, and shouted to her to come back, but she kept walking. As the little girl walked, her parents seen a light at the edge of the woods. Her parents seen a light at the edge of the woods. As they got closer, they noticed Mary was standing next to a huge oak tree, and she was holding her wand and pointed it at the Miller house. And the little girl was headed straight towards Mary. Now the little girl's father and some townspeople headed towards Mary with pitchforks. And when Mary seen what was going on, and the townspeople realized what she was, Mary broke the spell, and she headed into the forest. Some people followed her and caught Mary in her house. They stabbed her with pitchforks and set Mary on fire. As she burned, Mary set a spell on the villagers and told them that if they ever would say her name 3 times in the mirror, she would be back for them. After burning her, the villagers looked around her house and found rows of unmarked graves. It was found out that she was drinking the little girl's blood to make herself more youthful. So don't look in the mirror and say her name 3 times.